Good afternoon. This is the 11th of October 2023, and this is the International Arbitrage here in Miami. This week we're working from Miami, and I just wanted to talk a little bit about being an owner manager, doing international business, and family. Time away from family is part of business and reality for all of us. But I'd be interested to know from colleagues, friends, persons, especially married couples. If you're a married couple and you're running your business together, like, how do you guys divide responsibility? How do you feel about the way your business impacts your marriage? Is it a positive thing? So, say for instance, one of the things I've been thinking about is traveling more with my wife. I used to be part of a international tax planning group. Older guys, most of them were older guys, but they very much all used to travel with their wives, which I really thought was great. You know, I think it's very exciting if you're building a business and you're doing that with your wife or your spouse or your partner or what have you. I think the opportunity sometimes to travel together is a great thing for your relationship. And I think I certainly am at the point where I don't want to be traveling alone all the time much more. I'm at that point where traveling alone is not that much fun for me. I think I would enjoy it a lot more, say for instance, if my wife was here with me. And yeah, that's something that I'm going to work on. But I would be keen to know, because I've been talking to, my clients, and many of whom are married. I've known many couples over the years who have been running international businesses, and it's been interesting to see how they divide responsibilities, how they travel together, how they deal with kids. Who you leave your family, your kids at home with. If you have young kids below the ages of 18, that's a real consideration for some families. For some parents, if you're going to be traveling on business. I think up until now, my wife and I have really thought that one of us should be around so that our younger daughter has at least one parent on the ground at all times. But I think now that she's older, I think we can do some, we can leave her with family that we have, and we do some traveling together. So I've been in discussing with different people. Different people handle these things in different ways, but I definitely have seen a lot of couples building businesses together, traveling together a lot. Not all the time, but quite often they're traveling a lot together, especially if it's like going away for 3 to 4 weeks, dealing with a lot of suppliers or operations in another country, and you have to go and meet the people on the ground and understand what's going on with the operations and cut deals and things like that. I think it's there is no substitute for going, and I think doing international travel and business together is a real sort of, from what I can see, it builds, some solid relationships. Because I've seen quite many people handle it quite well. Of course, my younger friends and colleagues in the business, this is not for you guys. This is more the people who've been married for a long time and kind of at that stage in their careers where they've been there, done that, seen it. Travel is a necessity. Yes, it's always enjoyable and good to get out and meet people and what have you, but at the end of the day, the beauty of small business and being in a small business is that the family is intertwined in that story. I used to love visiting Cyprus. Cyprus has a lot of fantastic small family law firms, accounting firms, and it goes beyond the husband and wife. You get sons, daughters, cousins, aunts, uncles. I mean, you can get firms with 20, 30 people, very family oriented. And I used to enjoy going to those different firms and talking to the, the principals, the family members, and getting spending a little bit of time with them, understanding the dynamics. And yeah, it's an interesting way to do life, especially when you extend beyond the husband and wife and you're including things like husbands and brothers and sisters and stuff like that. It can be really interesting in professional service businesses. On the flip side of that, the reality of families can, it's not all panacea. There can be challenges because in business, sometimes family members might not be the right fit. It might not, just work for any number of reasons. And so, navigating that is difficult, it can be painful. And I think, I find in some cultures it's, that's less. It might be 2 or 3 family members, but I think Cyprus is very different, as our other cultures are very different. Where a wider, the way they work is that a wider inclusion of family is possible and plausible. In sort of U.S., UK, Canada, my experience has been like it's more husband and wife and maybe sons and daughters, but not so much. I'm not saying there aren't any, but I haven't. It's different. So yeah, I just wanted to talk a little bit another bit about the aspect of family and international business, and that's why I love it so much. Not only meeting the people, the different ideas and the variety, but the ability to build relationships, spend time with family, with your wife, your partner, your spouse, whatever. I think it's great for that reason, and I will continue to do it for as long as I can. So that's it on the international arbitrage today. A little bit about family.